Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews. Don't do unboxings, but we might do a few playthroughs in the near future if you behave yourselves. But today we're going to be talking about our top 10 heavy Euro style games. And when we mean heavy, we don't mean how much they weigh, we mean how complicated they are relative to my pea-sized brain. Yeah, I know there's going to be a few people, or maybe a lot of people watching this thinking, well, that's not a fucking heavy game, is it? Well, it is for me, yeah, because I'm fucking stupid. So remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So number 10 on this list is a game that when I first played it, I wasn't really that enamoured with it, yeah. I just thought it was like a load of fucking bollocks. Like a lot of Splotters games, yeah. They look like complete and utter dog shit, yeah. But over the years, I've learnt to ignore the kindergarten style artwork on Splotter games and mellow into an appreciation of their strategic depth, yeah. This is a game called Roads and Boats. This reminds me a little bit like Catan, yeah. You got like these hexes and all that sort of shit, and it goes a little bit deeper than that. In fact, it goes a lot deeper than that because you got fucking geese in it, yeah? Basically, what you'll be doing, you'll create a board out of a load of hexes. You'll have a perspex sheet over the board and you'll be drawing roads and bridges and shit on the perspex sheet, yeah? And you'll be using your donkey to transport a load of goods and a load of bollocks around the map, trying to beat your opponent to this sort of pick up and deliver mechanism, all the while keeping one eye on this monument you've got to build, yeah, because there's some weird cult thing going on, you know what I mean? So yeah, Roads and Boats, it looks fucking awful. You've got to sort of draw the board yourself in some sort of respects. And yeah, I know a lot of people think Splotter is a load of bollocks, and maybe I did too when I first played this, yeah, but over the years, I've come to terms with the fact that this game may well be a fucking masterpiece, yeah. I'm not too sure on that at the moment, but as I get older, my tastes have changed, yeah, and Roads and Boats is probably a classic. So number 9 is a weird sort of game, yeah. It's a game that when I first heard about it all them years ago, I was like, what the fuck would anyone want to play a game about the German elections, yeah? But this game is Macher, yeah. Talking specifically about the Valley Games version, I think this is probably the best version of this game. It was released in a limited print run. Well, I don't know, it don't seem that long ago to me, but it's probably about fucking 5 years ago or something like that. And it disappeared as soon as it turned up. In this game, you'll take on a role of a party and you'll be vying for control of voters. You'll be offering them policies like clean energy, square tomatoes and all that sort of thing, yeah? Never has a game been more relevant today, what with all the geopolitical fucking tensions that are trying to infiltrate your fucking psyche, right? Who knew that in 1986 a game about the German elections would be so prophetic as to how much fucking nonsense and chaos is going on in the world today, yeah? But you can escape that sort of bullshit by playing board games, yeah? Because you don't have to listen to all that. Board games are like an insulation from all of the fucking background bollocks. And the Macher, whilst being of its time, its message has never been more relevant than it was back then. Do you know what I mean? So number 8 on this list is a game called Kanban. It's nothing to do with anyone banning cans or cans banning bands. It's a game about a Japanese style motor car assembly line, right? I'm not talking about the EV version that cost you fucking like your third kidney. I'm talking about the original version, which was created for sort of paupers like me, yeah? People that couldn't afford the flashy fucking Lacerda bullshit that they produce now, yeah? But anyway, in this game, you'll be placing your worker out onto the board and you'll be taking various actions, yeah? You'll be trying to create new cars. You'll be pubbing them up like people did in the 80s, and then you'll be sending them out onto the test track to impress Sandra, who slightly trying to impress, you know what I mean? If you do impress her, then you'll be able to get a seat on the boardroom and you will be able to get your fucking dick out and start swinging it around like a fucking massive salami. Kanban can be a little bit impenetrable with the rules when you first start playing it, but then it reveals itself like a stripper on a fucking nudist beach, yeah? Again, the theme is a little bit weird, yeah? But again, I've warmed to it, yeah? I've learnt to accept the initial, what the fuck is that when you look at the board, yeah? And break it down into its component parts and then love how this game is like solidly constructed and efficiently manufactured, yeah? So Kanban, one of Lacerda's better designs and a really good example of the games he used to produce before people started licking his ball bag. So number 7 on this list is a game that uses the 18xx rule set, or a variation of it. It's 1830 Railroads and Robber Barons, yeah. This game takes fucking ages to play, yeah, and it is kind of complicated, yeah. But basically what you'll be doing, you'll be trying to make the most money by buying and selling stocks in Eastern United States railroad systems, right? Uses the usual thing where you'll be placing hex tiles on the board to create tracks and shit. And the standout feature of this game is that it's got quite a nasty stock market, yeah, hence the Robber Barons thing in the name, yeah. It can be really, really cutthroat, and that adds to the tension and the hardcore nature of the game, yeah. This game isn't for the faint-hearted. It's pretty fucking complicated, and it takes a fucking long time to play as well, yeah. So I only approached this when I couldn't get a boner, yeah, and this made me stand to attention straight away. So yeah, it's getting on a bit now. Probably could do with a bit of a reprint if it hasn't had one already, because I haven't been paying attention. But yeah, 1830 Railroads and Robber Barons. I don't know, I'm going to upset a few people here by saying that it's probably the quintessential 18xx game. I've always wanted to play 18 fucking whatever it is on the Isle of Wight, yeah, because it's just over the fucking water. But don't really need to play any other 18xx games, because I've got that on a shelf, and it's just trying to get people to play it with me, yeah, because people don't tend to like heavy train games, you know what I mean? Sad fact of life, innit? Yeah, I know you probably do. Probably toss off with fucking steam trains, don't you? So number 6 on this list is a game that really is starting to annoy me a little bit. Not because of any reason to do with this iteration of the game, but because they keep trying to sell you the same bloody game time and time again, yeah. I'm talking about Terra Mystica, yeah, the original one. I'm talking about Gaia Project, which I know a lot of people enjoy more than this one. And I'm not talking about, I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a third iteration of it that some people are going to say it's a completely different game, but it's not really, is it? Let's be honest, eh? But yeah, in Terra Mystica, what you'll be doing, you'll be taking on the role of a faction, and each faction will be able to terraform different types of terrain and turn it into their own terrain so they can do stuff with it, yeah. It's a little bit abstract, I must admit, because you got all these weird mechanisms with this power stuff, like this, I don't know, it looks like sort of brain matter and shit on a fucking board, right? But you'll be moving the power around to take actions, you'll be building buildings, revealing different bonuses when you build temples and stuff like that, and it's an area control type thing. You'll be using that Catan thing with the longest road and all that, and each round you'll be getting different objectives, yeah. So the game changes up time and time again, and it remains fresh, yeah. Like I said, it is a little bit abstract, yeah. It's not really that much theme here. It doesn't really matter if you're the dwarves or the fucking mermaids, yeah, because that doesn't really factor in on the game. But it's the way that all the mechanics come together and provide you with a really, really complex and meaty experience that on the surface seems to change every game, but retains its core attractions at heart, yeah. Okay, if you prefer the fucking space theme, go and get Gaia Project, because it kind of is the same game. I couldn't be asked to buy that because I've already got this one. Had I not had this one, I might have gone and got Gaia Project. I'm not too sure because I've never played it, but I got this, and with the first expansion, the Fire and Ice expansion, yeah, this game really comes alive, and it is a complete Euro game experience, yeah. So Terra Mystica, if you ain't played it, then you're a fucking idiot, and you better go out and play it now. So number 5 on this list is a game by Phil Eklund, who has been the target of a lot of fucking controversy over the years. For what reason, I don't know, because I haven't really studied it. All I know is that he's generally considered some kind of like board gaming designer pariah for some reason. Probably something to do with those board game geeks. You know what I mean? But anyway, High Frontier for all sees you take control of a spacefaring corporation that's trying to make a shitload of fucking money. Yeah, I know capitalism gets fucking everywhere, doesn't it? The thing that attracted me to this game is the main board, yeah. It features a map that is accurate, allegedly, to the known solar system, right? So what you see on the board is actually sort of scientifically accurate, apparently. So yeah, you'll be making a load of money by managing different types of resources like fuel, money, and mass. You'll be assembling rockets, orbital mechanics, and you'll be navigating your spaceship around a big fucking map of the solar system, like we've already told you, yeah. I know you got a fucking memory of a goldfish, but I thought I'd repeat myself for your benefit, you fucking stupid. There's a technology system, like in most games, yeah. You'll be researching patents to boost your productivity, and the main thing is managing the amount of fuel that you're going to use, yeah, to get into the gravitational pull of like planets and stars and shit to efficiently propel yourself to where you want to go, yeah. High Frontier for all is like a fucking huge game, yeah. Not only is there the core game, but there's loads of different modules. I mean, what we got here? We got 3 here. Pretty sure there was a 4th one that was kickstarted or something. I remember seeing Heavy Cardboard play this game for like 14 hours wearing fucking COVID masks, yeah. And that maybe pissed my pants a little bit, you know what I mean? It still does, yeah. We won't be doing that if we ever do a live playthrough of this, and probably won't be playing it for 14 hours either, yeah, because I'm not that hardcore, yeah. But yeah, High Frontier for all is one of Ion Games' best produced games, but not the best one. All right. So number 4 on a list of our top 10 every Euro style games is a game by Martin Wallace. It's Brass. No, we're not talking about Brass Birmingham like everyone else, yeah? We're talking about the original Brass version, yeah? So why do we like this one over the other one? I'll tell you why. It's because the artwork we think is better on this one, yeah? It looks like it's been scrawled on by somebody that lived in fucking Lancashire in the 19th century, yeah? It's not got this bells and whistles glossy feel for the Roxley Games version. This one feels as though it's dirty, yeah? It's been dragged out of a fucking toilet bowl, and that sits with my rustic sentiments. Also, you got the Birkenhead thing in there, yeah, which sort of confused a lot of people, so they ripped it out. I actually like that rule, so I'm glad it's in here. And I'm just a big fan of the old style Euro games, and whilst I like Brass Birmingham, yeah, adds the beer and all that stuff, I just like this stripped back version that gets your brain whirring a little bit more than the nice polished turd version of Brass Birmingham that everybody else likes, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta strip yourself back and sit there exposed to the elements, yeah. Brass, the original version, does that in spades. Number 3 on our list of our top 10 heavy Euro games is a game that allows you to rip off a bunch of Victorian rich people. It is a game called Obsession, yeah? This game blew us away when we first played it, yeah? There's nothing really quite like it. Take on the role of a Victorian family, trying to cajole the Victorian gentry into your house to extract money from them in the most bizarre way possible, yeah? You might get them to stare at a fucking gargoyle, or maybe you'll get them to play croquet like 7 times in a fucking evening, I don't know. This game was expanded with the upstairs downstairs expansion, and it added more types of servants and stuff. It added more cards, more personalities, and more things to do. And we recently got hold of the characters expansion that, lo and behold, adds more characters to the game, along with some metal coins and shit. Obsession is a fucking masterpiece. There's no getting around that, yeah. K-Enter Games have created an absolutely superb, one-of-a-kind game, yeah. There's nothing really like it that shares the same theme or the same sort of mechanics, and we've said it 100 times before, but the guy that designed this listens to the people that play the games and then gives them what they want through their feedback, yeah, sort of changes the game up in later editions and implements what the fans want, yeah, and that is a rarity in today's industry, right? So yeah, Obsession, if you haven't played it, I wholeheartedly recommend that you go out and at least have a go at it, because it is a one-of-a-kind game, and it's one of the very few games in this room that if I had a gun to my head and someone told me how to choose a game to get rid of, I'd tell them to pull the fucking trigger. 2 on our list of our top 10 heavy Euro style games is a game called Mage. Yeah, this has been there or thereabouts in every top 10 that it could possibly be in. And I know you're going to be saying it's not really a fucking Euro game, is it? Yeah, well, I beg to differ on that. Yeah, it's got card hand management. You'll be chucking a few cubes around. Okay, they are sort of like gems and stuff, and you'll basically be sort of moving your work around a map trying to do stuff, right? So yeah, I suppose it's not really an Ameritrash game. In my mind, at least, it is a Euro game. But anyway, this is best played on your own, by the way. I wouldn't bother playing it with other people because it takes too long, but you'll be taking on the role of a fucking mage knight. You'll be romping around the terrain, you'll be taking on orcs, you'll be trying to sack mage towers, and eventually you'll come across a city, and you'll be so fucking powerful by that point that you'll just stroll in and kill everybody with the size of your penis, yeah? Mage knight is like, I don't know, was it 15 years old now? It's still king of the hill when you're talking about solo games, yeah? And allegedly, I think this is true, that there is another expansion coming soon for this game, and I can't wait for that. I am literally salivating for the release date of that expansion, yeah? So yeah, Mage Knight, one of the best games ever made, hands down, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm going to talk about this one. Number 1 on our list of our top 10 Euro style ball games, heavy Euro style ball games, is a game that is also currently our number 1 game of all time. Yeah, it's a game called Stationfall. Yeah, in this game you'll be taking on the role of a host of different characters. You might be like a lab rat, a monkey with a fucking gun, a couple of cyborgs, a millionaire. There are a ton of characters in this game, but the trick in this game is that whilst you are the character, yeah, and nobody's going to know who you are, other players can manipulate your character. They can move them around, they can get them to do actions, and there's nothing you can do about it until you reveal yourself, yeah? Stationfall takes place over a limited number of rounds, yeah, because the space station that you're on is in free fall. It is going to explode, so there's a built-in timer there, and basically what you got to do is make sure that you have fulfilled your objectives by the time the station blows up, yeah? This is one of them games that tells a different story every time you play it, yeah? Every game we've played of this has been memorable. We always remember little snippets from this game, yeah? And whilst it can be a little bit difficult to teach can be a little bit daunting when you first step into this one. A lot of people won't play it because they don't really get the rules first time around. Yeah, but if you can persevere with it, you'll find that Stationfall is one of the most rewarding board game experiences you can get today. It's a masterpiece of design. Don't care what anyone says. Yeah, I love playing this game. There's so many different characters in this game that you're never really going to have the same experience twice. And yeah, that's why it's #1 on this list and #1 on our top 100 board games of all time. Yeah, so there you go. That is the top 10 heavy Euro style games that we know of. Do you agree with our list? Are there any games that you feel we've left out? Leave a comment down below if you like. I mean, I'm not going to fucking respond because I don't give a fuck what you think. The only thing that matters to me is what I think, and that's because it's my fucking channel. If you're that bothered about your own opinion, go and start your own fucking channel. Go and talk a load of shit on there, and if you don't agree with that, then fucking fight me, right? So remember, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. We'll see you next Tuesday.